Welcome back to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Today we're discussing women's nutritional struggles, fads leading to empowerment. So Annie, when we went to break, I was mentioning menopause. It's having a bit of a moment. Why do you think it's finally coming back into the spotlight?
Well, I would say that it's finally appearing and having its moment because it doesn't hurt when you've got Oprah Winfrey, that is, of course, talking about it. Halle Berry, right? We've got Michelle Obama, Naomi Watts. Like it or not, when these women speak, they have a platform and they are going all out. I mean, Oprah did a whole menopause special, right? So that is why the media is picking it up. And then, of course, a big domino effect from there. And I think that, I actually really am happy that they have brought this topic to the limelight and that we are speaking about it, right? We also have, Liz, a generation of women now, like Gen Xers, who are not willing to accept going through this phase of life like our mothers did, where this was basically, a very taboo thing. We
Very taboo.
whispered,
Yeah.
right? We barely whispered about this. These women had no resources, no one to speak to, except probably a very good friend, when they went into the closet and talked about it.
Yeah. 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 I'm so happy that all of this is coming to the forefront because you are right. Our mothers, their mothers, this was something that was very, very hush hush, and you would never, sit down, have a glass of wine and discuss it. But I want to move on to the next thing. We talk a lot about, energy, but you talk about energy as a secret superpower. Why is it the first thing to go to, and how do we get it back?
Yeah, I think that we've really misunderstood what energy is all about. I think that we have to go back to what is energy, and that's a resource. And like many resources, we can increase it, expand it, and also, of course, it can really diminish and reduce. So I think that once we learn that this currency is something that we can actually nurture, for example, with energy through, a really good diet, movement, but also, as we talked before break, the rest and rejuvenation part of it. So this is a currency that we can expand. And if we are mindful, this is something that we can nurture to be most of the time at a really high level. Now, of course, when we neglect our health and when we are constantly on the go, 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 even though we have a good diet potentially and we are active, if we're not resting, if we're not sleeping, rejuvenating, this equation is not going to be in balance, and energy is going to suffer.
And I guess that's one of the reasons why you say that burnout isn't a badge of honor, especially for women in leadership roles.
Absolutely. In many countries in the world where productivity, as we measure it officially, right, is really high, and people have a very good balance, life balance, right? So it is, in my mind, a myth that we have to absolutely become like bone dry, tired, and give everything to work and as a badge of honor. This is like 80s and 90s mentality. I think that we really need to adopt a productivity with the human in mind, right? And protecting our relationships, protecting our health, and creating a better work environment for everybody as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that's really, really important for all of us to thrive, whether it's personally or professionally. I want to move on to wellness trends. What's one wellness trend on social media right now that's actually helpful, and one you think women should approach with caution?
Well, the one that I love is how everybody is talking about strength training, right? I love that. It is, and I don't care if it's Oprah or some Hollywood person that is doing it. This is going to help all women. So we know we've talked about it on your show, but
Yes.
it's a good reminder for women that we know that we're fighting the muscle loss, of course, the bone degradation as well. This is going to be really good, and of course, it's going to help our metabolism. So yes to strength training. Let's all adopt that. The one where I'm a little bit more cautious is around blood glucose monitors. There's a lot of talk about, hey, I should be wearing one of those on my arm to monitor my ongoing blood sugar levels, right? It's part of a trend, Liz, of what we call the wellness wearables, these things that we wear, right, that
Hold
are
on to
on.
that. Hold on to the wearables because I want to talk more about this when we come back. So please don't go away.